All right, guys, welcome to episode 196 of Open Your Podcast. Or Jesus, starting off with the bang here of Open Your Toys podcast, the podcast dedicated to the four greatest action figure franchises of the 80s and all time. And those are Mr. Stark,
Transformers, G.I. Joe, Masters of the Universe, and Star Wars.
And I'm having the same problem here where I have this open in a tab in another browser window, so I was on the delay, but I've learned how to deal with that. See, I'm overcoming some obstacles.
That's great. It really is.
If you want to kick it with us, we want you to do it right here on YouTube with us live every week, every other Sunday and every other Monday. And this is a Wednesday, but hey, life gets in the way sometimes. You can also join us at our Facebook group at facebook.com/group/openyourtoys. If you just want to follow along when new episodes are released or maybe recording announcements, you can do that at our Facebook page at facebook.com/openyourtoyscast. If you're not watching this on YouTube and you want to see links to everything we're talking about, you can go to openyourtoys.com. Top of the page, there's links to show notes as well as all our past show notes, all our past episodes. I mean, you want to walk down memory lane. You want to see what was hitting the stores for the first time 11 years ago. Hey, especially in this time, I feel I have been much more nostalgic for the simpler times. Been watching a lot of 80s stuff, a lot of childhood stuff. So on those show notes, you'll find links to subscribe to us through iTunes, Google Play, RSS, Stitcher Smart Radio. If you want to reach out to us, again, that Facebook group is the best way to do it. But we also have email at team@openyourtoys.com, voicemail at 720-235-TOYS, 720-235-8697, texts accepted. Where can people find you, Mr. Stark?
I'm in the Facebook group, of course, but they can head over to YouTube and type in Lotus Dark and watch videos of stuff that I'm rebuilding.
Your latest video was heartbreaking, dude. I was watching that. I'm like, that water is turning really red.
It's 30 years old. What are you gonna do? Like I said, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just, I'm winging it. But yeah, that fabric was not meant to be washed.
Yeah,
it's probably needs to be dry cleaned or something. So
yeah, but your birdie feather fro turned out really well. I thought that looked great.
Yeah.
Cliff, where can people find you, sir?
Oh, I'm on Facebook as Red Menace. I'm in the group, and then I'm on Instagram as Associate of Horror.
Yeah, I love. If you're on Insta, definitely fucking follow Cliff. Always, he posts everything he's watching, which just constantly reminds me, like, it's been a long time since I've seen that, and I'll pull it out of the library, and then features a lot of the toys he's opening and has purchased. So
I gotta tell you, I was listening to the last episode that Cliff was on, and man, every movie that you were calling out, Cliff was like schooling you on it.
Yeah,
he knew everything.
Like, no, that's wrong.
He knew every director and everything. That was just funny.
I myself and Mrs. McFavorite are absolutely awful about names and that kind of stuff. I try to act like I know what I'm saying. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is you were so confident. Like, you were so confident, and then Cliff's like, "No, that's clearly not." I know nothing. I know no names. I don't know any I don't know any actors or besides the very common ones.
Yeah, and I should probably stick with that statement myself instead of trying to act like I know what I'm saying. Oh man. All right. If you want to find me, I'm at facebook.com/openyourtoys. I'm at Slick McFavorite on the gram and Slick at openyourtoys.com. Cliff, you got anything non-alcoholic yet interesting there?
I just got a jug of water.
Nice. And remind me, is it Kenmore?
It's yeah, I think it's Kenmore water. I think
No,
that's the kind
it's
of
not.
fridge I
It's
have.
he said it was Frigidaire.
No, I checked. It's Kenmore.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy. Okay.
I'm Kenmore proud too, bro. So
I think that's all under the same brand anyway, right? Isn't it like Whirlpool? And they're all owned by the same kind
yeah,
of
I think so.
parent
I
company
think
kind of thing.
Conglomerate.
yeah.
Because Sears was like a big Kenmore seller, right?
Yeah.
I think that was like Sears' actual brand, and then now Sears isn't really. I don't know if they even exist anymore, but
They do. I still
Do
buy
they?
all my major appliances.
oh,
from
so
them.
okay, yeah.
Between
a lot of Sears have closed.
Yeah. We only have a couple around in all of Denver, but luckily one's 3 miles away. And
I mean, that was definitely my favorite like department store. You know, if you had to pick like one of the anchor stores, I would say Sears would be my favorite over like J.C. Penney's or any of those other. You know what I'm saying? Like Sears had everything. They had the electronics. They had, you know, you could look for a new couch. You could look for a new lawnmower. I mean, it was really a one-stop shop. Whereas in like, you know, J.C. Penney's was like always like, you know,
Clothes
just
mostly clothes.
Yeah, exactly. Clothes, and then they had bedding and stuff like that. It was like a boring store, you know.
The only one I liked better, and they never had. I moved out here in '98, and they never had them. But growing up, Montgomery Ward.
Oh, okay.
Or Montgomery Wards.
I've definitely heard of them.
That was my favorite one, just because they had the best toy section. You know, Sears has never really had toys, but
yeah, that's true.
Every once in a while, they'd get that like kiosk.
Yeah,
that would
exactly.
have like a handful of figures, like, and you'd be like, "What?"
But they must have had toys like back in the 80s or something, because you know you see vintage toys, like vintage toy boxes.
Oh, there were Sears
stickers.
Exclusives, and the Sears catalog.
Yeah,
was
the wish book,
huge.
Well, yeah, the wish book, but they must have had in store, because, like I said, I've seen. There's a lot of like vintage toys that have Sears actual stickers, price tags on them. You know,
and I
bought a bunch of toys in the '80s from Sears.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just remember Montgomery Ward's being better. And again, I haven't been to a Montgomery Ward's. I think they closed ours in Albuquerque when I was like 16 or something. You know, so you know, 78 years ago it closed, but. All right. I assume you got some LG fridge water and a Bubba Keg.
Yeah, actually. Yeah, it broke.
Oh no!
The water started spread. Like I would you know, fill up the keg, and all of a sudden I heard this like spraying sound. So I stopped, and there was water everywhere, and I had to track it down. So I was down for about a week. So I bought one of those stupid Brita, you know, those Brita pitcher things. It's not the same. I mean, I don't think there's any kind of a special, you know, I just buy the genuine, you know, the actual LG factory filter. Like I don't go for any of the aftermarket stuff. I just buy the one that belongs in it, and it's the actual, you know, factory authorized one, and not the knockoffs. You know, like Amazon has the knockoffs, and they're really cheap.
I buy the knockoffs.
But I've tried those, and they just don't taste the same. So I stick with the LG. And yeah, the Brita doesn't taste the same at all. And I just drink so much water, I can tell the difference, you know.
So you're not your Bubba Keg, your actual water dispenser on your
the LG fridge broke down. Yeah, the Bubba Keg is just a container to hold a beverage.
I wondered what you were talking about spraying. I'm like, how is your water cup spraying? But okay.
If it was okay, let me put it into okay. So if my keg could spray if it was a real keg, but it definitely is not a real keg of beer. It is just a container that can hold a beverage. But no, I was, as the LG fridge was dispensing the water, I suddenly heard a whole bunch of spraying and misting sound, and I found a huge leak. So,
Oh, shitey.
but I learned how to take apart the whole entire water system and figure out, like, there's literally 4 different hoses that in my fridge, because one feeds the ice maker and all this different stuff. And so yeah, I definitely I figured out how to fix an LG fridge ice maker / water dispenser.
Impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to replace mine because I can see my water line in my basement, and yeah, there's some fantastic stuff. We've had this fridge for 13 years, so the water line, it's clear, so you can see some sediment and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, this is above my head. So I was going to call in the father-in-law, and he's like, don't worry about it. It's not going to bother you.
There's a lot of great videos. Like I said, I was surprised. I mean, I went to YouTube and there was tons of videos of totally dissecting the fridge. And believe me, I had to take a lot of panels off. I'm like, is this thing going to go back together? I mean, yeah, obviously I'm very mechanical, so I'm just joking, but there was a lot of panels that, this one locks into this one here, and this hose goes into this hole. And so, yeah, but anyway, it's fixed. So I'm happy again.
Yeah. All right. Oh, for me, I couldn't really decide what I wanted, and so I just went old school. I got the good old Heine here, good old classic white guy drink.
You must have bought a bunch of those, because I think you had those for the last couple of weeks, right?
No, the bottle
Mickey's last week.
Oh. Yeah, so I had Mickey's, which is also a green bottle. And the week before, I had Rolling Rock, which is also a green bottle.
Yeah, see, I just see the green. I'm like, okay, he's just drinking the same thing.
I didn't snap about that. Yeah, so I got a theme going on here. I'm going to have to figure out a green bottle beer for next show, too.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I like it. It's just old school for me. All right, let's get into some motherfudging show notes. Con news, exclusive news is like hitting, so I figure we'll just throw this in there. First up, Entertainment Earth Comic-Con exclusives have come, and they're just fucking like flying off the shelves. The ones that matter. Yeah. This Funko one, and
that Barbasol can. I was really thinking about that one. Yeah.
And I didn't, so I missed the Mr. T because I wanted the Mr. T. This is, dude, when Mr. T was wrestling, was like at the height, that was like at the height of my like wrestling fanaticism as a little kid. And so I remember this fucking Mr. T, and I really wanted it. By the time I checked my email, it was sold out that day. And then they announced the Nedry, and I was like, oh, I need to get on that. And I didn't realize they were releasing these at a specific time of day. So like I went to go check the Nedry 30 minutes after it dropped, and it was sold out already. Now Action Figure Insider, and I forget his name. It's like Daniel.
Dan Pickett?
Yeah.
Dan Pickett, right?
Yeah. So I've met him a couple times at Comic-Con one year. And I hate this shit. And so this kind of I've only talked to him a few times, and this kind of clouded my opinion of him. Is you were not supposed to, we were both recording a Comic-Con panel, and he was off to the side with his very professional like tripod and nice camera. I'm recording it with my like old school fucking like Sony digital video thing, and they started showing a clip, and they were telling people, they started the clip and they're like, oh, everybody turn off your stuff. And they'd already darkened lights and everything like that. And I was like, oh, I'll just let them tell me specifically. One of the few times where I'm like, oh, this doesn't apply to me, And so they were telling him, like, dude, you need to turn your camera off, blah, blah, blah. And he pointed right at me and he said, that dude's recording. Why can't I? And I'm just like, dude, you don't fucking throw people under the bus. You know, like that shit kind of pisses me off.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But anyways, he is a nice guy. I don't think he was fucking like, oh, I don't like that guy, I'm gonna throw him under the bus. But he did say that stay tuned to his Instagram account because he's gonna have an announcement about Mattel exclusives. He said this week, but I haven't seen anything yet. So I don't think this was your only chance. I'm thinking Mattel's going to try to do their own pre-order. Some people have been speculating that they're using Entertainment Earth as their vendor, and I'm like, they have their own distribution system. You know, they still have a Mattel toy website. It's not like they can't sell these themselves. So I'm thinking we'll hopefully get another chance at these.
Good.
But yeah, dude, and I was like, oh, it's just a fancy version of the other one we saw, and no, this is the 3 3/4. That's what's really got me hyped on it, is in that scale that I like, same as the Hammond that came out last year. So
yeah, I got all the 3 3/4 Jurassic Park characters.
Oh, do you? See, I just
that's a figure? I thought that was the Barbasol can that had the Dino DNA in it.
Well, no, it's a figure inside of it.
That's the packaging. That's what makes it.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. So
I thought it had the Dino. I thought it was the prop thing,
like a prop. No. Yeah. So this will be the box that comes in, and then
yeah, no interest.
And then what I like is that he also comes with the Barbasol. Oh, I didn't even fucking look that close that he has the pie that he puts the Barbasol on. So yes, this is a must. Again, probably not a secondary market must, but if I can get it,
I never understood that. Why he sprayed that on the pie. I mean, it's shaving cream, so he was trying to imply that it was whipped cream.
No. The guy Dodson showed him that even with the embryos in the can, customs can check it and it will still squirt shaving cream. So after he squirted it in his hand, he wiped it off on the pie to get it off of his hand.
He didn't eat the pie.
And it's on like a dessert tray at a resort.
Yeah.
So they were just passing. He wiped it on there, and they took it on to the next table.
Ah, okay.
So that's
all right.
that's
I got you. Okay, so that makes sense. That makes sense then.
All right, and then this is a rumored one, an Endor Heroes convention exclusive. So a 3-piece, and then the big thing here is no word on whether this is a Black Series or Vintage Collection, but you think about Endor Heroes, a Endor Trooper would be amazing. I think we have yet to see that in the Vintage Collection, as well as you probably get an Ewok or two in this, and maybe mainline character like Han or Leia or something, but we should be finding out more about that soon. And then another rumored here is a convention exclusive. Now this is Black Series Cad Bane, so a favorite of a lot of people. I'm doing the Clone Wars rewatch. Well, not even a rewatch for me. I ended at season 3, so I rewatched the first 3, and now I'm halfway through season 6. And yeah, just same way back then. He just doesn't really hold a lot of sway with me. It's the same thing with Hondo Naka or something like that. He's another like mercenary in the Clone Wars, and I just don't really get into them. I mean, they're featured in a lot of, throughout the series and different storylines, but just no draw for me.
Yeah, no draw for me either.
I like him, but I don't need a figure of him.
Yeah, exactly.
Does CAD does it stand for something? He's a robot or he's an
no. I don't know what the breather tubes are. Well, he's got like a mech, it's a normal like alien face, and then he does have like a metal like shell on his head. And
I was just looking at the picture there of the figure, and so I didn't know if CAD is just his name. It's not like a abbreviated for something.
No, it's
and
not.
Bane is his last name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
he's just a cowboy, like an alien cowboy.
Yeah, I guess that's a good way to put it. Maybe that's why he strikes a chord with a lot of people is, kind of
maybe all Banes just have a hard time breathing. You see how long it took me to set that up?
I actually have Dark Knight Rises on pause right now.
That movie is awesome. I love it. I just love it. I could watch that anytime.
I heard a good quote the other day. It was something like, you want to know the worst thing about The Dark Knight Rises is that I'll never be able to see it for the first time again.
Yeah.
And I thought that was like, that's pretty baller. And there was just a movie that came out that I felt the same way about.
I finally saw Joker. I thought it was good.
Joker's good. Yeah. I haven't rewatched it. I saw it in the theaters, in the theater, and I haven't rewatched it since it's been on HBO.
You say theater or theater?
I say theater.
Yeah, I say theater.
Yeah.
You, Cliff? Are you a theater?
Yep, theater. I say theater, but I spell it with the R-E instead of the ER.
Oh, interesting.
That's interesting, yeah.
All right, let's get into some toy news. Not too much here because we're going to get into a lot of the stuff that happened this week in online because most of the news that happened is already up for pre-order. But first up, new Star Wars Lego sets, official pics at least of them. So this is the Summer Wave. This one I'm kind of digging. The throne room here. You get a couple Imperial guards. You get the Emperor and Luke and Vader. I'd be kind of curious to see some of the. Well, I guess I could just click on this picture and see the action features. Not sure what that one is. Okay, so Vader can launch. Luke can fall. Luke can jump. Oh, so it's just a bunch of jumping features. But it can close up. That's kind of cool. But then we get this, and again, this is from Resistance. So I've watched like 3 episodes of Resistance, so I have no idea what the fuck this is. But it's got a gray calamari, so that's kind of interesting. A redo of General Grievous and his starship here. So this is kind of some bullshit in my opinion. So this is the Knights of Ren transport ship. So I would assume no one gives a fucking shit about the transport ship. This is just a way for them to get you to spend $60 to get 2 Knights of Ren because people I like the Knights of Ren. I think they look cool. The concept's kind of cool. Their showing in the last movie was garbage, but
yeah,
whatever. Yeah, I thought, oh my god. I mean, just give them a fucking cool like 10-minute. They get a 3-minute battle with Rin. You know, like give him some more shit.
Can you give me a real quick synopsis of, because I hear Knights of Ren a lot. I just like, is there
they're apparently like Kylo Ren's little posse. Like
okay, gotcha. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, gotcha. Okay, cool. So they're not. He doesn't have any friends, right? So it's not like they're friends. They're just loyal to him, or
again,
or does he hire?
It's really vague as to whether they're hired or if they're like part of like a religion. Like if he after he left, they're just dudes in black masks that don't speak, who look cool but don't do anything of any kind of substance or notes, and are completely wasted in the last movie.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and there was all kind of discussion of whether they might be Force users that went over to the dark side with them and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, in the last movie, no one has a lightsaber. They all get cut down in 3 minutes from fucking Kylo Ren. You know, so
I mean, every time I hear Ren, I'm always thinking like Dr. Dre, you know, like I'm just that's where my mind goes with that. So I don't know,
some yellow boy.
Yeah.
Now this one's kind of interesting. I love my ground assault vehicles. So we get a armored AAT or armored assault tank, an AAT. Get a very good looking Ahsoka with it, like an adult version. And again, I haven't seen season 7 yet. So I've put together, spoilers, skip ahead 1 minute. I've put together that in season 7 she comes back and she has her own legion, and the Captain Rex that I pre-ordered had this helmet. They have Ahsoka troopers that look to be 501st troopers. Yeah, easy for you to say, Cliff.
Yeah,
501st troopers that then paint their shit orange and have her markings and stuff. But that one may be a purchase. But then just again another fucking re-release of the fucking episode 3 Anakin Starfighter. Or no, this would be
it's episode 3.
Yeah,
I think.
But he doesn't look like episode 3 because he doesn't have his mullet. So that's
it's mullet-ish. It's Lego mullet.
I guess that's true.
Have you guys ever seen The Last Starfighter?
Oh my god, yeah.
That's like one of my favorite childhood movies.
Shit, yes.
Yeah.
Fucking Lance Guest, man. Directed by the guy who portrayed the original Michael Myers, Nick Castle.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Right? Nick Castle.
I like the guy that had all the wrinkles, looked like a Tootsie Roll to me, and he had that laugh. That laugh was really funny.
Oh yeah, his like Starfighter co-pilot.
Yeah, right? And then it was awesome to when they revealed that the human was not human. The guy in the raincoat, Centauri, he was actually an android robot. That was awesome.
Dude, I fucking and I think I never really grew up in like a trailer park like that, but just something about that drew me to it as a kid. You know, I grew up kind of poor. I always thought I would be poor, you know, all that kind of stuff. And something about a trailer park where you can go to the lake whenever you want, but then you also have a video game like at your trailer. Like, I just thought that was like a really cool way to live. You know, now looking back on it,
that felt like more of like a campground to me. Like not like a. I mean,
I see.
It felt more like a campground where you would go like to the main little store, and then there was an arcade outside. You know, that kind of thing. You know.
Yeah.
Like.
And then I'm not going to look at this. I averted my eyes, but I'll scroll through slowly if people are interested. So this is the Advent
that's so
calendar.
Cool.
I don't like to be spoiled because I'm going to buy this Advent calendar every year. So if you're a person that just wants to see what's in it, there you go. Again, openyourtoys.com, show notes. You can get a link to that.
Yeah, I took the last 2 years off.
Lotus? Should I buy 3 Lotus?
Oh yeah, man, you're gonna love that kit. That's awesome. It's got so many of your favorite characters, including a toaster.
Oh, spoilers.
I don't know. There's no toaster.
All right. More new TVC listed in systems. And again, these kind of rumors and app stuff is all now it's places, Europe, Australia, America. There's a Labrador. That's interesting. Brunswick, Quebec. So,
hey, did you see that sale on Megalopolis today? That for the like the old the vintage collection vehicles and stuff they had. It was on Slick Deals. Did you see that?
No, it was on Slick Deals too.
Yeah, it was on Slick Deals today for Megalopolis toys. It was the vintage collection. There was a bunch of vehicles that they were doing. I don't even understand how Megalopolis actually works. But is that like are they an actual like? Do they just get like lots of stuff, or is it a store? Like, what is it?
Well, so I was actually going to get into this because we have their summer sale in our online segment, but I'm going to scan through here real quick and see. Oh.
I mean, it was on front page.
Yeah, here we go, Megalopolis. So what I was going to bring up with it about this was so they're just a regular toy store. They did this crazy like investment scheme where you could invest in them and you would get discounts on things and get double points and all this kind of stuff by being an investor. And they've really invested in a lot of advertising, especially sponsoring like Pixel Dan and a couple other big toy reviewers. But what they do that's dope is oh yeah, see, this is fucking killer. Is they clearance shit out when they're like it's not going to move, they'll clearance it out. And this is, yeah, I wish I would have seen. I actually think I bought this from them in their summer sale at like $10 more. That kind of pisses me off, but yeah, that's what I've been using them for quite a bit. Is they don't have a pile of loot or a stack or anything like that, but their summer sales has just been crazy, and you earn points on things, so you get money back. So here's my latest order. Oh no, I got it for 40. Okay, good. So here's my latest order. I got the Reaction Modulock for $8 off because it's must be sold out. That's kind of interesting. I got some Black Series figures again to just return because I paid full price for them and they're $16 now. Save $4 on each one of those. I got the Shockwave because at $25, it's a fun toy. And I really wanted Shockwave as a kid. Something I had no interest in, but I did it because they put it on sale. They put the whole set of 6 Ghostbusters figures on sale for $95. And with Megalopolis, at least I don't pay tax with them. So I was thinking about getting the 4 Ghostbusters. Those would have been $80 plus 10%. They would almost have been $90 by themselves. So for $95, I got all 6. Now I don't want my Zool. I don't want my Dana. So if anyone's interested in them without the build a piece, then that's cool. But the big thing that sucked me in is they have it's a build a figure for the Demon Dog, and anytime they do
cool too.
Dog. So yeah, I mean their sales are like amazing, and it's free shipping at $150. So they're who I bought. I finally bought an SH Figure Arts figure through them. I bought that Blanca. I've gotten a lot of stuff from them. Straight up So TM to Swage for this Slickgistics. How do you like that, Lotus? Did you like that?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Instead of Slickonomics, Slickgistics. So I've bought a lot of stuff from them, basically, unfortunately, to return to brick and mortar to save $4 or $5 on a $20 figure. So, but yeah, what we were talking about was the vintage stuff. So they have the Desert Skiff, originally $40. It's $25. That troop transport was $70. They have it for $40. That just goes to show how bad it's doing. They have the assault tank for $50, which it was $80 originally, but it's dipped down to like $30 in most places. So I don't really consider that a deal. If you wanted Luke's X-Wing fighter, that was originally $100. It looks like it's already sold out, but it was $80. The Boba Fett Slave One, I think MSRP is $150 on that, but it's not even out yet, and they dropped it to $115. So, and it looks like it's sold out as well. But yeah, so big props to them. Again, they wouldn't be my toy store of choice because I need a pile of loot. I need to add shit to get free shipping that just ships every 6 months, that kind of thing. I need that. I looked at Dorkside Toys as well because they give good deals on things. Dorkside Toys is interesting. If you place an order that has a pre-order in it, they'll give you free shipping if you hit their $100 mark. And if you have a bunch of pre-orders in it, then they will hold everything to ship together. So it's kind of like that, but then you're going to end up with a bunch of different orders shipped out at different times. I just want to be able to order a $13 vintage collection figure and not have to pay shipping on it, So.
And you can't do that shit on Amazon. They'll send it to you in a goddamn envelope.
Well, yeah, that's we've got a story about that as well.
Oh, I have a real world experience from Walmart that I could share.
Let's see, a new classified figure. So beyond what was announced during the Fan First Friday or whatever they're calling it, we also get new listings coming up in Target here that show a Major Blood, a Zartan, a Flint, a Barbecue, and a Lady J.
You think Zartan will be light sensitive or?
No,
I hope.
No?
But no.
I wish it would, but anything fun like that they don't do anymore.
Yeah.
Because it just adds to the cost. But I'm excited for a Major Blood Zartan, and then I always loved Barbecue. I love that he's like a Boston Irish fireman. Perfect characterization.
I like the colors, the orange and the yellow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Blowtorch.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, Barbecue is orange, but he's orange and gray. So
I like orange and gray. Those are good colors.
He's the firefighter, while the one you're talking about, Blowtorch, is the
Flamethrower trooper.
guy. Yeah, flamethrower. He's starting fires. The other guy's trying.
Blowtorch start fires. Yeah, Barbecue puts them out.
And then the rest of these are the code names we've seen, and these are most likely these are from the movie line of the classified figures.
Hey, while we're talking about G.I. Joe, do we have a story about the network follow-up?
Oh,
I heard. Okay.
Oh, yeah, bro.
Because I listened to the last episode, I heard everything. So
yeah, and
Okay, cool.
and being a person that participated in it, I've got a lot of firsthand, at least, or I guess it'd be secondhand, right? They email me something, and that's how I know about it.
Okay, cool.
Third party, Jesus Christ, probably one of the ugliest things I've ever seen. Transformission, a metallic version. So I think we've all seen like metallic versions of figures and stuff, but this is, and this isn't even doing it justice. These arms here, these are all chromed as well. They don't look like it here, but they are chromed as well. This entire figure is like chrome plated.
Yeah, it's like a Christmas ornament.
Yeah, it's fucking.
I mean, although I bought the SDCC Devastator, and believe me, that had the purple chrome. You know, they had a lot of bling on it. You know,
and I skipped it for that sole reason. It came.
I just wanted the box. The boxes. The box was amazing. I mean,
yeah. Well, and it came with the extra articulation, right? They did.
I never took it out, so I don't know. I kept it sealed in the box. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it came with the Takara extra articulation, and also I'm pretty sure it came with the extra individual guns that Takara did.
Yeah, I think it did. Yeah, it literally was the Takara figure all chromed out. It was the LG figure that was chromed out. But I thought, like I said, I thought the box design, and that's the beauty of the SDCC stuff, is the boxes are just phenomenal. I mean, to have like, it was like almost like a mech style box where, you know, he was in there and they had like they had platforms with bridges and stuff like connected to him.
I didn't
so so like you could literally set up like other figures like on the bridge. Like if you open the box, you could set up other figures like, you know, on the bridge and stuff, and then they could work. It was like almost like a mech, like Devastator was the mech, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that box was phenomenal. You have a good picture of it, of the inside? Yeah.
Wow, this is gonna be fucking eBay. But I see what you're saying. Oh yeah, that is. But and it's the fucking bucket.
It's the it's the bucket, and then there was another sleeve that went over it, which was the head with the eyes. Yeah. It was a great presentation.
I didn't. See, that might have changed my mind. Just like you say, to leave it in box. Here's one with Prime on the plat. Oh wow, that is dope. But yeah, it's the vac metal that fucking it just shut it down for me. I was just like, nope. So, interesting. Well, that does make a huge difference, in my opinion, in the presentation. It makes it worthy. You know, who gives a fuck if it has some chrome shit?
And I got it. I hung out. What was it, like the next day or maybe the next week or something like that, where I just camped out in a Hasbro toy shop and just kept on refreshing, and I got one. So
nice.
Hasbro toy shop.
Pulse has been so much better. As much as there's gripes, I mean, there's going to be gripes about everything, but Pulse is killing it, man. I mean, they're doing great things, in my opinion.
Hey, we got someone commenting here. Let's see, Cass 2323.
He said he kind of likes the chrome bling, but he's weird.
No, I mean, like I said, I like. You know, Megatron was chrome. I mean, the G1 figure was chrome too, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, well, I mean, it comes to...
Are you saying the Devastator G1 was chrome?
No, Megatron.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
If we're just talking about chrome stuff. But, yeah. But yeah, I get it. I mean, I get it. The G1 wasn't, you know, there was no chrome or anything like that, but...
No, and I'll tell you what, like chrome weapons, like that's my shit, you know, like the junk, you know, all the chrome weapons came with G1 stuff. I love that shit. But it was just the big chest and the barrel and all that. Yeah. But third party, a little bit of Mark Haddock love here. Covering a Lego Kickstarter. So I love these guys. So I've backed I think almost every Crazy Brick campaign, but these guys do custom Legos. So they're doing these little Dino Dudes, and they're literally just helmets and backpacks. that attach to figures. The pterodactyl requires special arms because Lego arms don't do that, but they give you the arms with the set. But this thing has just been going freaking crazy. So they did lots of different color options. They have a purple. They did legs and arm or hands for them. Let's see, pterodactyl with the arms, glow in the dark. This has been very cool. Is you can order a full-on dinosaur minifig, so you can get the set of add-on stuff, which if you have minifigs and stuff like that, you can add them to them. But, maybe a blue dinosaur head, maybe you don't have a minifig to match that. Well, you can get just straight minifig versions, which are a little pricey. They're $22, but they're all custom printed, color matched, all this kind of stuff. The big thing, this is what I'm hoping for, is the skeleton one. The big thing is they're upgrading the printing, so it's gone from a 1-color print to a 2-color print, which allows them to shade stuff. So yeah, you can kind of see, here's the difference. Like, this would have been the 1-color print, and here's the 2-color print, so they can kind of.
So these are 3D printed, or?
Factory manufactured.
Oh, wow.
They call it printing because they're paint apps direct, like professionally applied to a minifigure. And there's lots of different companies that do this. Brick Arms makes army men that are all custom printed. It's kind of a common practice in Lego stuff. But yeah, I've only ordered me one set, but even at $22 for just the add-on pieces, there's been tons of shit that's unlocked. Like, you get a Lego skull, and you get a different one of this and an extra of that kind of thing. So
I have a business idea here. You want me to tell you?
Yeah, just throw a TM at the beginning of that.
All right, so this is trademarked. This is trademarked for us here, because I'm debuting it here. So how about a mini Lego figure that you can have your custom logo on it? So let's say it was an Open Your Toys minifigure.
Interesting.
And it would be just like a TeePublic model.
Ooh, I like it. Like an on-demand.
Yep, on-demand
thing. I don't know if they can do that yet.
Why not?
Because because it's seen, and I'll just say I'm not just like I'm a movie buff, but I'm not as knowledgeable as Cliff. I'm a Lego buff, but I'm not as knowledgeable as most people. All the custom printed minifigures I've ever seen have to be done in rather large batches.
So, I mean, I just wonder, how it's actually done. How are they printing that? There must be some kind of machine.
It's tampos. Yeah, it's literally machine tampos, just like any other action figure, is the ones I've seen, at least. But I do like that concept.
Well, we could do custom minifigures. So, because you can get all like the heads and the bodies and stuff. So you do custom minifigures, and then you just do water slides of our logo.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Water slides or a sticker. Now that's easily doable.
I think water slide would be more permanent, right?
Yeah,
well, I mean,
much better in my. I don't like getting into the fucking hairy details of customizing. But water slides, I don't mind whatsoever.
Because I used to
rather have water slides.
Yeah, because like when I was younger, I used to put together like little models and stuff, and they used to have water slides in those kits. So
yeah, and you don't see them ever anymore.
No,
it's all stickers now. Fucking.
Yep.
Cliff, do you do Lego at all?
No, just like I do the Star Wars Advent stuff, and then.
Nice.
But it's just too expensive, and I know that it would just become an illness.
Yeah.
So I stay away from my own sanity.
That's what keeps Lotus out of the game.
It's the same thing for me. I mean, believe me, John and Mark, everyone wants me to start doing those Lego architecture sets, and I think they look cool. I look at them every single time. I take a picture of them, and that's it. I just don't want to start because I kind of feel just like you. I just feel that I'm just going to keep on buying them.
I got enough problems.
I didn't even realize this. They put a little blurb, funded in 5 hours, which is impressive. 10 stretch goals unlocked so far. So again, my big thing is 70,000. That's where I need us to get. And they're halfway through at this point. So, world's tiniest. So this was posted on our group by Engineer Nerd himself. And yeah, fucking mind boggling. I had to click through to figure out like what is going on. Because when you look at them, they're like, oh, it kind of looks like they're 3D printed a little bit, you know.
And then when you and then when they explain it that they're Tic Tacs, you're like, holy crap, that's painted on a Tic Tac.
Yeah, they use some kind of pill packaging for the bubbles. I don't know why the card backs look so choppy in this picture. Like you would think it would just be like a card stock on a printer that they would trim out, but the actual painting on the Tic Tac is just fucking crazy.
Yeah, how do you? I mean, that's a lot of skill to be able to have a hand to. I mean, that's. So I'm not an artist, so I don't even know how to paint in regular large scale. I can't imagine painting, your hand being shaky or what. I just can't imagine what it takes to do that because they look phenomenal.
Now I've seen this. I when I was in Mexico, one of the big things was to get your name on a piece of rice.
Oh wow.
And so what they do is they just put it on a little hobby clip with a big huge magnifying glass. They use like one bristle of a paintbrush. So when you're looking at them doing, because they do it on demand right then, in the magnifying glass, it looks huge, it's like, oh, this is easy, but then, it's kind of a misnomer. But I mean, that was just writing somebody's name. And granted, it's a piece of rice, it's a little smaller, but I mean, this guy's got shading. I mean, this Batman is amazing,
Yeah, it reminds me of those. Remember those punching bags that had the blow up punching bags when you were a kid?
Mm-hmm.
With the
you hit it,
clown or whatever. That's what kind of reminds me of.
So Hot Wheels, we get a Masters there, the Greedo. And what I thought was interesting is, so some of these have like the peg holes in them. What I thought was interesting was this Wonder Woman. That one even has a price tag.
Yeah, it's it's awesome. It's awesome.
So, again, check out openyourtoys.com, the show notes. We've got links to the post from Engineer Nerd, and you can actually get to this guy's Facebook page. And I don't know if he does do commissions or anything, but
yeah, it's going to be very expensive. Anything that's miniaturized is very expensive.
Exactly. 31 pictures. I didn't realize that. So if you want to see more, hit the show notes. And this one specifically for Cliff. This would have never made it in the show notes if you weren't on, but we get Silent Screamers and Mezco's 112 Collective Nosferatu.
Oh yeah, dude! It's a remake of the original Silent Screamer figure from Aztec.
Oh,
back when Mezco was Aztec.
Interesting. I didn't realize that because I was like, Silent Screamers. How many? What are you gonna
check it out? I got one right here.
Oh, dude. Oh, all right.
All right, give me 1 second, guys.
I'm going to start cycling through these so the audience can see.
Check it out.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. I remember those. That's fucking crazy. Now, no soft goods in that, right? That's all.
No, this is all just sculpted plastic.
And what's the copyright on that? When was that done?
I think 01, I want to say. No, it's the 28-year anniversary, so it would be 2000, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Aztec Toys, copyright 2000.
Interesting. That's got to be a pricey aftermarket piece, I imagine.
It might be now. I don't think it. I think I got this for like 30. Like, I had it when in 2000. Opened it, and I had like the Renfield and the Cabinet of Dr. I had all the Silent Screamers, but I recently bought that because I now have a Nosferatu collection.
So how many were produced back? How many Silent Screamers are there?
There was so each movie had a couple. So like Nosferatu had Nosferatu and Renfield, or Count Orlok and Renfield. Then there was Cabinet of Dr. Caligari with his zombie Caesar or Cesare, and I think they also did a series 2 with like I think Metropolis. I don't remember anymore, but I think there were 2 series.
That would be dope. A Metropolis figure.
Yeah, I think they did Metropolis.
So was this an immediate is it for pre-order? Was this immediate pre-order for you?
I was logged onto the site the minute it went on sale.
This is dope. Dude, all the hands are really cool, but
it's got its creepy hat. Like, it's awesome. I can't wait.
The hat, I had totally I've got to say, it's probably been 18 years since I've seen this. And when we watched it the last time, it was probably a group of us getting drunk. And so, we didn't really pay attention to it much. So I think I need to go back and watch it, focused kind of shit. So
it's so unsettling. It's a silent movie and it just creeps you the hell out. It's awesome. I love it.
Now, is there any cool thing you can do, like how people say Dark of the Moon, you can play it with Wizard of Oz? Has there been anything like, play this album with it or something like that?
Not that I've heard of. I used to work at Hollywood Video, and when we were pretty big stoners, but whenever stoners would come in, we would try to do that. Mm-hmm. We'd be like, "Oh, you're renting Dirty Dancing, huh? You should play Dirty Dancing with Limp Bizkit, man." Like just give them the most random 2 movie CD. Be like, you ever watched Nightmare on Elm Street with Tony Braxton? But no, because it's free, it's in public domain because of how old it is. Almost every version you see has a different orchestra soundtrack, so it's kind of strange.
Oh, interesting. So if you don't mind us asking, what this run you?
It was $112, I think, and it comes with a T-shirt.
Oh,
and it came with a T-shirt. And it comes in a lunchbox, like a tin lunchbox with some Nosferatu art on it.
Oh, is there a picture? Oh, that's
right there, the last picture. No, that's the film cell.
Okay.
There should be a picture.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Ah, that's dope. I do like that. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's super.
I'm super psyched.
Because you're looking at $80 just for their regular figure releases. We're going to get into another pre-order that includes a T-shirt where it kind of offsets the cost a little bit. But I'll tell you, just the goofy 6 little mice you get with it, that's the kind of shit that I love.
Dude, so. Yeah, I mean, I'm just so excited. I only have a few Mezco 112s. Most of them are horror, too. I have Freddy, Jason, Michael Myers, and then I have the Dark Knight Returns Batman.
Now, long-term listeners know that I fucking hate soft goods. To me, it makes it a doll that kind of stuff. What do you have to say about the soft goods of those figures? I mean, is it as good as they make it seem? Kind of.
Yes.
Thing? Really?
I haven't seen my Michael Myers or my Freddy. They came in piles of loots and they stayed in the box. Mm-hmm. I've opened and posed the Jason, and the Jason's soft goods are great. It's not like Mego where it's like super like ill-fitting,
like doll clothes on.
They're like Hot Toys, like tailored. So the Batman's really cool, and the Jason's really cool. Like, I mean, they're expensive. I don't get a whole bunch of them, but I mean, I could not get the Nosferatu.
Yeah. Hey, this is a ridiculous thing, but I just realized I'm not listening through my headphones. Lotus, have you been hearing like an echo or anything, or hearing Cliff or you talking while?
I mean, I think when we started, there was a little bit, not after your browser tab issue. I think there was a little bit of feedback, but it's been fine.
Okay. Well, let me, I'm just going to correct that here real quick, but, all right. Let's see. Store report, Galaxy's Edge exclusive. So we talked about the Captain Cardinal or whatever it was. But this lays out a whole list of exclusives, coming our way here. And again, what's really interesting about this is I really want to hear the stories behind what all these conventions getting canceled caused things to happen. Like, were these last minute scrambles to find retailers that would pick up normally what you would sell 20,000 of at a show? You know, what I'd like to hear, and maybe TM, is a book about how the coronavirus affected toy collecting, you know, with the conventions and distribution and all that kind of stuff. But
yeah.
So we get the Honda Anaka. That was originally a Galaxy's Edge 3-pack exclusive. The Captain Cardinal that we talked about, and then a Mountain Trooper, which I'm really interested, being in Colorado and New Mexico. We got lots of mountains around here. $25 a piece there. This is what's crazy about that Captain Cardinal. He must play such a large role in Galaxy's Edge. They're actually going to do a Black Series helmet of him.
Yeah, that's crazy to me. They barely sell the other helmets. I see them everywhere.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
But that's an exclusive figure to Galaxy's Edge, right? It's an exclusive helmet to the park, right? This is only sold in the park.
Target's going to be selling them.
This is the Target now. And again, this graphic is created by Yak Face, so this isn't like official. Yak Face, I think, like a lot of what popular websites, is somebody that works for them is a graphic designer, you know. So somebody
that works for Yak Face needs to understand you don't need to put a prefix of www anymore. So obviously they're not.
BBTS.
Obviously they're not.
//
I will tell you what, though, being a designer myself, I do like the symmetricalness of having a www with the .com at the end. And in my signature for my website, I do include www before my jasonspiller.com on my business emails.
Do you like tiny URLs? Do you like shortened URLs, or no? You don't like
No, I don't like obscure tiny, you know, tiny dot or tinyu.rl /55389 or something. Anyways, the craziest thing here is Vintage Collection Smuggler's Run Millennium Falcon for $400. I mean, that's BMF territory. BMF was $150 back in the day. I bought mine for $60 on clearance, just to give you some understanding of what the price difference here is, but that's insane. Build a droid factory. So this is a big activity at the Disney parks where they just have, buckets of pieces, and you walk through and you create droids, and then they actually have like collector friendly packaging, like bubbles and cards that you put your characters in, and even I think, if I remember correctly, like even the nameplate on the card is something you can just write in. But an R2D2, a DO, and a chopper for $14.99 each. And then who gives a shit about plushes? But I mean, if this is true, and again, Yak Face is one of those where most everything they post comes true. Whether
I just don't understand the whole Target thing, because these are all, Galaxy's Edge isn't going anywhere. I mean, the idea of Galaxy's Edge, and the reason why those collectibles hold their value is because you have to go to Galaxy's Edge to get them.
And my only thought here
maybe because no one's going.
Yeah, is that the parks have been closed for 4 months. And I know they're about set to reopen, but I think Florida is one of the places that are having this huge, like, fucking, oh my God, it's going to be the new epicenter and all this kind of bullshit. So that's all I can think of is if you ship, 5 containers of these to the US and there's not a park for you to sell them, they've got to go somewhere.
So you're telling me you can't buy this stuff online on Disney's thing?
Oh, on their app? Oh, that's a good point.
Disney's not going to stop making money. I mean, I don't understand. Like, you can buy anything.
I think just like Hasbro Toy Shop wasn't a Hasbro company. It was a online shop that they licensed.
Disney owns everything. Disney owns their own streets. They own their own fire department. They own their own police department. I mean, Disney owns everything. I don't see why they wouldn't be able to sell products. That's all they do.
Oh, so look at this note. Most of these have been verified with DPCI info and or images. Images would probably be a package shot with a, and again, this is what drives me a little nuts about Yak Face and Jedi Temple Archives is we know they have insiders, so that's why most of their rumors turn out to be true, but they don't ever release all the info. They keep clickbaiting you.
And you can't trust someone that spells their name Jayson. So
that's fucking right. Fuck the Y.
Yeah.
Although I've met him and he's a nice guy. If you're listening, Jason, that was Lotus. That's it.
Yeah, I'm sure Jayson is listening.
All right. Okay. Let's get into this. We don't need any pictures for this. How the hell do I change this? So the NTWRK Debacle. All right. So this hit our group in a very light fashion, but I think and this is awful. God, I talked about how I always do this. I think it's Joe Ryan, right? That first registered on the app, and he put his code. I used his code to sign up. It gave me a $15 credit. I know a couple other people used his code, this kind of thing. And so it was supposed to be this light blue, which we have now learned is called the Regal Cobra Commander variant. Was going to be offered via this limited edition website where they do sneaker drops. They had a couple days after this drop, they had Wu-Tang face masks if you wanted Wu-Tang face mask. You know, they're a limited drop kind of site. So they're promoting this light blue one, and everybody's like, oh, you know, this is the cool, you know, hard to find variant of it, this kind of thing. Well, and I think we talked about this on the last show, but I can't remember.
We did.
So I've seen different accounts. Some people are saying 3 hours. Some people are saying 2 hours before the drop. They started switching all their graphics out, and they were showing the dark blue Cobra Commander. I'm a guy that I set a reminder on my phone. The reminder goes off 5 minutes before something goes on sale. I go to that site, I sign in, I'm ready for 1 minute before. I'm not looking at product shots anymore or anything like that. Like, I have planned to buy it. I did see the dark blue one when I started placing my order, but you could go to a video and they had this like shill, like, oh my God, it's the Cobra Commander from when you were a kid, you know, and all this. And it was still the light blue one. So I'm like, okay, I don't know what's going on. I'm going to place my fucking order. The app had huge problems. You know, I was all signed in. I had all my credit card stuff. I placed an order. It said your order's been placed. I was like, okay, awesome. Go to my email, no confirmation. Go to the app, there's nothing in my order history. I'm like, okay, so did it not do it? So then I placed another order. It said order placed, went to my order history, no email, blah, blah, blah. About 15 minutes later, I got text that says your order's been placed, both of them. So the one I got $15 on, even with their like $7 shipping, it ended up being like $18. And I was like, oh, awesome. And then the other one was shipping, and their extra price ended up being like $33 with tax and all that shit. And I was like, well, no big deal. Duplicate order. I'll keep it. You know, this is probably going to sell out quick. People are going to need it. I'll sell it to somebody on cost on Facebook or something.
You should try to order more. And that way you just all divide it out, you know.
Well, that's the crazy thing is I was able to order 2 by just hitting the button twice. Like, the app wouldn't take you to a different screen or give you a confirmation. You know, it was like pop-ups and stuff. And anyway. Damn. So then we started hearing about in the community in general, like, what the fuck, the dark blue one, that's the regular release. They changed it. They showed light blue, and now everything that's on the website shows dark blue and all this kind of shit. So everybody was up in arms. People that had done the same thing as me, just, you know, hit the button a couple times, you know, fucking... Somebody said they had ordered 11 of them at $33 a piece, because you can only order 1 at a time. It's not like you can order 5 and have the shipping aggregate. It was literally you're placing a $33 order for a mass release product over and over and over again. And they were saying, sorry, our site says all sales are final. They weren't canceling people's orders. People were getting fucking really upset. Turns out it sold out in 6 minutes. Most people couldn't get an order in, even if they wanted to. That was pissing people off. So it just turned into this big fucking thing. When they did the Hasbro Pulse, now again, I've been awful. Even though I'm unemployed and I'm usually home, I've been missing all of these live streams that Hasbro Pulse does. Good on them for doing them. But once you miss them, all the news sites recap everything. So I haven't even gone back and watched them. So I don't know exactly what they said. But people were saying that on that live stream, they said, oh, we apologize for the network fucking debacle. They're going to be, we're going to be offering both figures through network, and they're going to be giving people the choice of what figures they want to fucking order. Well, before they even announced that, I was just like, I'm canceling the $33 one. Like, no matter what, even if it's the Regal variant, I don't want to pay $33 for that, you know. But I kept my $18 one. Then on that Pulse Friday, that's when they put the Regal variant up on pre-order on Hasbro Pulse. Well, I fucking missed that. You know, I missed the pre-order on it. It's sold out. And I was like, well, shit. Now I've got to hope that what I'm hearing secondhand is correct, that they're going to give me the choice to cancel or to change my pre-order. Well, then fucking so they cancel my pre-order, no problem. They apologized. They said, sorry, this is not how we do things. We, you know, they were basically saying they underestimated the demand and they're canceling it. So I guess only 2,000 figures were going to be made available on network. Well, we all know that even if it's a fucking variant, Hasbro's not going to only make 2,000 figures of anything ever, you know? So I'm like, okay, well, then now the Pulse one has sold it out, blah, blah, blah. So now we finally, and I posted this on the group, we get this email from Network, or I get this email from Network that is, for the most part, a message from Hasbro saying, sorry, everything got fucked up. They were only supposed to be doing the mass release. Why? Well, why would you have the mass release on a limited distribution app like Network? Blah, you know, who cares? They were only supposed to have that one. Hasbro shipped them the wrong figure. They shipped them the variant. And so then they had their taste makers and influencers do videos based on what was shipped to them. And they're probably just employees, but whatever. And on that email, they said, but it's up for pre-order on Pulse right now if you're interested. And I was like, bullshit. It's been sold out since that Pulse Friday. This was like Tuesday or something. And I clicked over, and sure enough, it was available on Pulse. So I was able to get a pre-order for the Regal variant at $19 plus free shipping, because I'm a Pulse Premium member still with the free thing. Oh, that's fucking Hasbro Pulse. So yeah, it has just been fucking insane. So let's see if he's available. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. But anyways, he is still available right fucking now. So if you really want that light blue one.
All right. So do you remember the episode that Swage was on?
Mm-hmm.
So if you rewind that episode, when we talked about the network for the first time, that was the first time. So that was maybe, 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
And so I explained that there was a bad problem with the network with the MP10 Ghostbusters. It was the same scam, same bullshit.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah. It's recorded. You got it documented, man. You got it documented. I said it was the same thing. And now we fast forward, and you went through the same thing that Justin and everyone who ordered, because Justin from our group ordered it and went through the hassle that you just explained for this same stupid figure. This network thing is a bunch of bullshit. It's out of someone's bedroom. It's literally a garbage bullshit front, scheme. This whole bullshit drops that they do.
You read their reviews in the app stores, and people. I mean, they're like 2.5 stars on the fucking.
I'm just saying, it's the.
So what was the I don't.
The MP10 Ghostbuster.
This is
the. Yeah, do you remember the? You remember the MP10?
Yeah.
That they did the Ghostbusters where
SDCC one, the backpack.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. So they did the same thing where they had the hype video. They did the video. They did the thing. Everyone got on the app, and it sold out in like minutes. And people were like, what's going on? It was the same thing where some people got 2, some people, because it didn't register their payment. So it's the same exact thing. Everything you just explained is the same thing that happened with that MP10 Ghostbusters. And it's going to happen again for any stupid idiot that's going to use this network garbage.
Yeah. And I wanted to see, and I forgot about it. I wanted to see if the experience would be the same for the Wu-Tang masks, just because I was like, oh, that might be interesting. I've bought at this point, it's almost more of a memory box thing. Like I bought an Adidas face mask because I'm an Adidas fucking nerd. And I was just like,
that ad has been pushed to so many people and you got it. They got it. They got you, man, because that was on Slick Deals. That was posted all over Slick Deals.
Yeah.
That darn mask with the little Adidas symbol in it, and they got you. They got you.
They did.
I love like this whole marketing thing.
Like my ears are literally like Dumbo trying to put that mask on. If it's Mrs. McFavor perfect and she loves it, and it's now her mask of choice. So good on that. And I gave it to another friend that's
because it was like what? It was like it was a 2 for $4 or 2 for $8. It was some
oh, it was
$2 for $8.
It was like $16 for 3.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Which we paid $10 for our first hand sewn mask, so it was fun.
And yep, that's it. Now we can okay. All right. So what are we gonna talk about? we got the show now. We're gonna kick him out. That's it. He's done.
I do have a question for you, actually. Now that are you able to take advantage of all this Chuck E. Cheese going into bankruptcy? Are you going to be able to get some animatronic pieces?
No, because actually a lot of the Chuck E. Cheeses, they actually, a lot of them actually got rid of their animatronics. So they actually don't have them. They converted to digital screens. So, but yeah, there's still a couple out there that still have them. But yeah, I mean, it's just, I think it'd be just too much of a hassle to try to find, what those locations and figure out how to actually get those things. So. Oh, looks like the host is back.
Sorry, I didn't freak out. I clicked the back button on the wrong screen.
Yeah. So that's the great thing about StreamYard is it just keeps going.
Yeah, keeps going. Exactly.
That's why I was laughing the one time that like you left Cliff and Cliff's like, okay. And there was like a lot of show notes. There was like there's no show. There's like a lot of silence. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, this is perfect. This is funny. I'm just laughing.
All right.
I'm glad you laughed because I was terrified.
Well, that was the great thing about it is you were just like stuck, like have no idea what to do. You got no show notes. You literally left him hanging there with nothing. Live broadcast.
All right, so part of the TF Pulse thing, we had both Transformers and G.I. Joe last week, and then we didn't even cover Star Wars the week before, as far as I'm aware. But Sabertron, always being last, always has a good roundup of everything. So one of the big announcements was the Centurion droid. Or drone. This is the guy that's supposed to go with Trypticon, but they repainted him. Now, he is not what is exciting. The accessory pack that he comes with is what's exciting here. So I could give a shit about the figure, but I paid $30 for this accessory pack. So you got a Ravage that will fit the Siege, the little tiny Siege Ravage, sorry, I said the Ravage, a cage that will fit the little tiny Siege Ravage. You get a little tiny Soundwave. You get some Optimus Prime, the backpack, a roller. which I didn't even realize, like that my Siege, I had to go look at it. My Siege Optimus Prime didn't come with the roller. You get Megatron's mace, Optimus Prime's axe, you get some Energon cubes, you get a bunch of random weapons, including a reflector. So this was a no-brainer for me, just for the accessories. I could give a shit about the figure.
Yep, no brainer is right on that one. Someone with a brain wouldn't order that.
Those accessories are amazing.
All right.
Now I'll get down in the weeds with you. So Shane on our group, he's a local guy to me, a friend in IRL here. He's been super excited about this since the images were leaked, but so we get a sleep mode, which is what they called the MP. They're calling it an alternate universe, but you basically get a dead Prime here. New head mold.
I think it's important to have a dead Prime.
I'm a movie junkie, and I don't want a dead Prime.
That's an important part of the movie. He dies.
It is an important part, and I think if you're going to do a Dio with it, that would be cool. Right?
Look on eBay right now of what MPO4 goes for. Sleep mode MPO4S literally is a $1,200 figure.
They did. Oh, I didn't realize they did a dead version in the original MP scale.
I sold mine, but I sold mine a couple years ago, and it's just been going up and up and up.
Now you're
MPO4S.
Really? Okay.
Huh? It's the MPO1 mold.
Yeah, and I didn't realize that. Yeah, I could imagine that would be.
It was super limited.
Master
it was a Japan only.
Oh, crazy! I didn't realize that.
I'll show you pictures
with a clear, with a clear trailer and shit. Nuts. Okay.
Yeah, this is like $1,200 right now. So, I mean, sealed. I don't know how much it is open, but it still goes for a lot opened. I mean, it's just such a limited run figure. But yeah, I think, like I said, I think it's important to have a dead Prime. You know, this is like the first time besides MPO4S. I don't think.
No, they did an official MP10 version of them as well.
A dead Prime? No.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they did Nemesis, but they didn't do a dead Prime.
That's what it's called. That's how I get sleep mode. That was the official MP10.
No, I don't ever remember MP10 sleep mode. No. Sleep mode was MPO1, MPO4S. That's the one. That's it. I don't ever remember an MP10 sleep mode.
Oh, yeah,
I must have missed it because I was collecting all MPs.
This search didn't find anything. These are probably
MPO4S
KO companies.
Well, they could be KOs. Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, I would say probably especially if you're saying that MPO4 went for so much. I'm sure.
It was just it was a Japan only exclusive.
Yeah. Interesting. I thought for sure there was an MP10 version of it. Maybe I was confusing it with that MP4 version.
I mean, Nemesis came out in the MP10 mold.
Yeah, but that's interesting. Oh, well. And the thing that got me with this was Shane was saying that there was reflections of the Autobots standing over him in his chest.
It was just on the box. It wasn't on the chest, but it was just on the box itself.
Oh, I see. Okay.
That's all it was. The reflection was the box.
And there's a third party company that's going to do it. That's a super easy stick. Fucking.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm sure
it's going to do that. But
repro labels or something will do it.
It'd be much more impressive if
on
this figure at $50 came with that.
The MPO4 Sleep, the windows had like little. I think it had like little like cracks and stuff on it.
Battle damage.
I don't think it was battle damage, but I never opened mine. I never opened mine. Mine was always just sealed. So, actually, I think I still have a video on my channel of me just showing the box. because I actually had the shipper, and that was what was unique of mine. Is I actually had the Takara Tomy sealed shipper.
Nice.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it from here, but whatever.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. I like to.
And it was a true gray, like it was a really nice gray. Like
yeah,
it wasn't like this new figure you're seeing. This new figure looks more on the purplish hue side.
See, and I don't know if that's just the photography.
Yeah, it could be the photography. To me, that looks a little purplish.
And then G1 Blaster went up at $30.
$30, man. I mean, that's really a great deal. I think Rocksteady. Well, he didn't come with a cassette. He never came with a cassette.
Oh, the G1? I thought he came with Ram Horn.
I don't think so. Not the G1.
All right.
I mean, the reissue came with Ram Horn. Like I've got the Takara Dreamwave book series, and it has Ram Horn. But I think the G1 was just the deck. I don't think he came with anything.
That's crazy because I had. Oh, you're absolutely.
Because I was collecting G1 like box G1 stuff, and I never had a Ram Horn or a slot for it in the box.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't realize that. Yeah. That's a fucking bold move on their part for the G1. But
what do you mean? It's replicating exactly the way
I'm saying in the G1, it's crazy that they wouldn't at least box one of his cassettes with him.
That might play to. That might be a story. That might be a story. A reason why. Maybe they had no intention of, because this toy was actually. Let's see. Was this a Radio Shack toy originally? Because this was a different company. This was like Omega Supreme. You know how it's a Toy Box made Omega Supreme. This is not a Takara toy.
Interesting.
I think this is a different company that actually made the toy.
So that would make sense. But yeah, I mean, so my thing is. Well, that makes me happy about my $30 purchase because I have this Sound Blaster. I have the Comic-Con exclusive that came with, I thought it came with all of his cassettes, but now it's looking like it's just 3 of his cassettes. Yeah. But interesting. Okay. Well, good.
See, I can put down a little bit of knowledge there.
Podcast. I love this fucking podcast.
Yeah.
And then I think the big shock to everybody was this new red line robot hands design.
And do you remember like 3 months ago when everyone was talking about they saw the listing for red and they thought it was going to be a red Soundwave, a red G1 Soundwave?
Oh, that's right. Mark had even asked me what reissues are coming, and I said there's a Blaster, and then there's a Megatron Red. But
it was gonna be a red. Yeah. So now we know what that really is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I have all these on pre-order. Shane, the Soundwave sold out right away, or maybe was never available. But he's available now for pre-order, and then I
think they're priced. I think they're priced right. And
it's a Black Series figure, or or whatever, at $20. Fuck yeah!
But they have a highly articulated, and they haven't shown the box art yet, have they?
Yeah, they haven't.
Okay.
I had to order 2 Soundwaves to get free shipping. So if the box art is good, I'll be keeping one to open and one to fucking keep in the box. But
I got bad news, Slick. That ain't coming in any kind of display condition.
I will tell you what, I did a my Ghostbusters, my day 1 pre-orders back in February were shipped to store. Okay. Now we'll get into a whole debacle on what we got later, but actually we have a hard stop in 23 minutes, so I'm gonna fast forward. They came mint. mint, pristine. Now this is shipped to store, but they're still in a box, but there was bubbles all over that box. I mean, it was amazing. So, and that just reminds me, we need to move a little fast through here. But I feel you most of the time. I actually trust Walmart more than Amazon, though. You know, the Joes had a big announcement. All right, so talking about the Cobra Commander here, but what we also got was a Arctic mission Storm Shadow, which was basically a Ninja Force Storm Shadow. I got him on pre-order here, still available via Amazon. Looking good. The hood's sitting a little high up on his head, so he looks a little goofy here, but the actual product shots look much, much better. And then the big one for me, at least, was the Pimp Daddy Destro. I mean, this, again, I have an original version, and I didn't fucking realize how much the original version goes for. And I'm just like, yeah, because he's not even opened. He's still in his 3-pack. But anyways,
nice.
This just looks gorgeous, dude.
Dude, he's got flaming money.
yeah, the flaming money set. Like the cape I could do without, the sunglasses I could do without, but the gold briefcase and then that burning stack of money is just
awesome.
Oh, I didn't see how bad the sunglasses are. They're like fucking 3D glasses. But yeah, this, ooh, I love it. Artwork is shitty. What is this cartoon? Like, this is not the same, and not the same art as the original 5. So I don't know what they're fucking doing here, but yeah.
Well, each character got a different artist according to that live stream.
Oh, is that? Oh, see, I didn't see. I fucking need to listen to those. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, every single package has a different artist.
Ah, that's fucking cool. I need to go look at the first 5 and see if I can see the difference.
Oh yeah, Duke's a lot different than the other 4 for sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
I need to take it. Well, that makes it 100 times more interesting, in my opinion. Yeah, because see, these all, like I say, people have said, oh, the Baroness, she looks a lot different and that kind of stuff. But so the other ones announced, of course, the Cobra Commander Regal, the Red Ninja, which I guess sold out really quick. I just have no connection to it, but I know AAA was excited about it. And then the Gung Ho looks good, but again, I'm not a big Gung Ho. Like, I like Gung Ho mostly because all of his shit was teal back in now that he actually looks like a Marine with his shit unbuttoned, like, he's less interesting to me.
He doesn't pop anymore.
Yeah, he doesn't. That's exactly right. He just looks like an army guy in Vietnam, you know. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's crazy. I really like that now. Ah, shit. That better not lead me down a packaging collecting fucking.
Oh no, dude! I trash all my boxes as soon as I get them out. As soon as I get them open, I'm like, I don't have space. I don't have space for these boxes.
I keep all my packaging. I collapse 90% of it, but I keep all the insert trays get thrown away. But yeah, anything that has artwork on it, I keep. Star Wars pre-orders. So we had, hopefully here. I think these went live like right after we recorded, like it was a Force Monday or something. So while Rock and I recorded on Father's Day, these all went live late.
I recorded with you on Father's Day.
Oh yeah.
Rock failed on us.
Yeah, that's right. Because The guy that is like, oh, I don't give a shit about any of that. He's like, I can't record because it's Father's Day. I'm like, dude, it's your day to choose what you want to do. On Mother's Day, you had no problem. You know. But anyway, so we get the carbon freezing play set, which brings
garbage.
No, what?
Dude, it's a scaffolding with a cup.
It's still, look at how big it is. I mean,
dude, you need to buy two. And it doesn't. There's. I don't like it. I think it's basically a bridge with a cup at the end of it. It's like, that's not a play set. It's cool for a diorama, but that is not a play set.
I see.
I love Han and Carbonite.
You're separate.
I was so upset.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. See, I really like it, and I see what you're saying, that you're separating play set versus diorama piece. And to me, a play set is a diorama piece, and I think this one's great. I would never buy two. I mean, two is ridiculous. I mean, how many? You see the artwork here of the box, like. How many figures are you going to display on this that you need two of them? But I don't know. I dig it. I mean, it comes with a brand new carded, not brand new, but it comes with one of the hardest to find stormtroopers carded on an alternate card back. Yeah, so that right there, even if it was retail, that's $13 by itself. Okay. So then you're paying $37 for this diorama piece. Let's not even call it a playset. It's a diorama piece. You don't think that's worth? I mean, look, if that's a 3 3/4 Han and Carbonite, this thing is huge.
I guess, but like, what is it? Like, it's a stairway.
It is
a stairway that goes to a platform. So having said that, I bought the Jabba's Palace wall because it came with a vintage Han and Carbonite, vintage carded Han and Carbonite. So,
see, and I bought it because it had a tauntaun on the wall, like tauntaun head. That's the only reason why I fucking bought it. But yeah, so I would be curious to see your collect, because you open a lot of stuff. Do you have most of it displayed, or do you open it and then it kind of goes into storage?
Currently, because I'm just living out of a tiny bedroom here, it gets opened, cataloged, put in a plastic baggie, and shipped to storage. You can see my current. I have to take all that to storage soon.
Oh, so you don't have a lot of. See, and I
got my mask on display. All my Kenner mask stuff is on a shelf here.
Nice. So I could see if you don't have a lot of display space, because this is going to take up a ton of fucking space. I mean, yeah. I don't know. Does Entertainment Earth have fucking? Of course, it doesn't have specs, but I mean, this thing looks like it's at least 8 inches wide, maybe 14 or maybe 12 inches long, and maybe fucking 10 inches high at least.
Yeah, supported by 6 spindly legs. That's dope if you like it, but it's just, I looked at it and I was so excited because I'm like, there's a Bespin, and I looked at it and I was like, oh, Bespin.
So we get the wave 3 of the Empire Strikes Back 40th anniversary line. I think we had seen rumors and we knew was coming, because how could you do a 40th anniversary line and not have a carded Boba Fett? But we get Boba Fett, the new Luke Skywalker Dagobah, which is going to be in that deluxe set in the regular line. An Empire Strikes Back Chewbacca, Snow Trooper, and Darth Vader. The Darth Vader is still the baffling one, but whatever. The Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back are different Darth Vaders, and they're going to do that. The Snow Trooper, especially because it's on the vintage card back, I would have loved for them to do a clean deco, The one thing I hate about that Black Series Snow Trooper is he's got all kinds of yellowing and mudding or whatever around his fucking boots. Like, for the fucking vintage callback, do a clean deco. Save yourself some money. You know, all that fucking mudding is costing him money. And I would have bought two. I would have bought one to keep on card and one to open. But let's see. These are all the singles. Did they announce anything? Oh yeah, the vintage or the vintage collection stuff. Wasn't just the Cherise. Okay. Shit. Now we're getting into the weeds. So we get I am one with the Force is with me guy. We get a Leia Organa for that Bespin fucking diorama piece. And let's see, vintage collection. Yeah, so where did it go? Yeah. So this guy, I love him. Do you know this actor, Cliff?
Yeah, Donnie Yen.
Yeah, I love the actor in general, and I actually really dug his role in Rogue One. And Not in Her Gown. Yeah,
she's in the Bestman Escape jumpsuit.
Yeah, so what you would see in that fucking thing. The fucking, is it like that on all of it? Oh yeah, the fucking graphic face on it, because they obviously haven't worked out the bugs in their realistic head.
Their face printing on 3 3/4.
But yeah, I mean, so it's been a crazy, considering this has been about a week and a half since we recorded. It has been a crazy amount of news. And now all I can say is almost guaranteed this is just what would have been revealed at Comic-Con, right? Like, this is what would have been the panel, is all this shit. A G.I. Joe panel, a Transformers panel, and a Star Wars panel. So... but it's kind of cool that we all get to experience it at once, and there's not a guy sitting in the room that gets to cheer. Everybody gets to see it all at once. Four Horsemen 20th anniversary pack. This is what I had talked about. I'm a huge Four Horsemen fan. I've gotten the honor to hang out with them on multiple occasions. 20th anniversary of their company. So here you see the original logo down below, which is kind of reptilian or insectoid. And then you see their new logo up here, which is basically the figure that they're going to offer. Now, we talked about this figure months and months and months ago, but it's finally out. So this is one of their deluxe figures. It's not their $100 figure. It's I think these normally go for about $60 a piece at this scale. But you get the figure, you get 2 shirts, and you get 2 pins, which pins can go fuck themselves. I mean, until there's a secondary market for them, I don't give a shit. But what's cool is you get to choose sizes, obviously, for the t-shirts, and colors. And this is what I always love about toy collectors. They have big guy sizes. I don't necessarily need to wear XXX. I like to wear XXX, and I'm glad that they're offering it. I wish they offered a few more colors. There's only 2 colors per shirt that you can choose, or per shirt that you can choose. But if you're a Four Horsemen fan, to get a action figure of their new / old, I mean, it very much resembles their old logo as well. I think this is something great for Four Horsemen fans. Lotus, you want to jump on that bandwagon? Get on right now. 20th anniversary.
Nope, don't give a shit.
I don't know. I love their Scarabus. I love that figure.
Oh yeah, dude. And the problem is some of that old shit, that older stuff just goes for ridiculous amounts nowadays. So like you got to choose on like, I'm going with now moving forward. Don't try to fucking complete. I mean, they have released so many figures in the last 5 years. It's not even funny. We talk about Megalopolis already. Amazing deals on this stuff. Things that haven't even released yet. Again, sold out, but whatever. It just can't beat it. I bought this Nightbird for I think $25 on Amazon, like it's normal MSRP or something.
What we got?
What
we got?
Oh, I already talked about that. Was on What We Got like a long time ago. But what we got, Lotus, what you got?
Real quick, real Ghostbusters. Got them and returned them because they're all shit.
Oh no! Like, did you have them shipped to you or shipped to store?
Shipped to home.
And they're all fucked up?
Yep.
Oh.
Actually, I did a live. I tried one of those Facebook group things. Did a live thing with that.
I didn't even see it.
I talked to Shane, and it was just me and Shane, and I showed him the cards, and but yeah, they no good, all bent up, and they sent me the stupid multi-language ones, and
yeah,
like I said, I had the original pre-order. I pre-ordered those things 6 months ago. So
I feel you that I picked up. So I ordered 2 sets when they put them back up for pre-order 3 weeks ago, and I got those 3 days later.
Yeah, but they still sent you the multi-language ones, right?
No, mine are. They don't have the lyrics.
Who you can recall?
Yeah, exactly. So that's I'm just saying. I'm just saying that when you have pre-ordered, they need to supply those pre-orders with the original first release and then follow from there. The idea of what they did, I'm just like, you know what? I don't even need this anymore. My excitement is no longer excited, and I returned them all. I even returned the Slimer and the Marshmallow. I have no interest in any of them.
I agree with you. I got the multi-language one. My pre-order from day one back then finally shipped to store today. I went and picked them up, and yeah, they're the fucking tri or quad language.
Yeah, quad language. Yeah.
Now, they canceled one of them, so I can't even have a full set at this point.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't. So they only shipped me Ray, Peter, and Venkman. Or no, Venkman is Peter, Ray, and
Winston.
Well, Winston. Yeah, I got Winston. I no, I didn't have Egon. I was missing Egon. So they basically put my Egon in a back order status. They shipped me these 3 multi-language ones, and the cards, the right hand corner of they shipped them in 3 different boxes. So this cost Walmart a lot of money.
Yeah,
3 cardboard boxes with actual bubble, like not bubble wrap, but air bubbles, air pockets. Okay. And they still all had I believe an intentional right corner bend. Intentional.
The guy packing them.
Yes.
Packing them.
I mean, because the boxes were perfect. The cardboard, the shipping box were perfect boxes. Perfect.
See, that's crazy because mine's just the opposite. The 2 I picked up, they canceled my Peter Venkman. So my other one, I got 2 today, and my other one's supposedly on the way.
Yeah.
Boxes beat to shit. Individual boxes for the 2 separate figures. Figures inside, air pillows, mint.
No.
so much better than the other ones, but I don't want them because they're the quad language and they just don't look good.
And you never, yeah.
And
Like I said, I was very excited, and that's why I made a dedicated post. I mean, because, I don't buy anything anymore. This was my thing. This was my thing. I waited
for you, man.
You got to understand. I mean, I'm not buying the stuff. So when I want to have something, I'm putting a lot of passion into it. That's why I made a dedicated post, and I was trying to get some interaction from everybody. And I took time to take the pictures of all the 3 variants, and then Rock said he wanted to check his, and then he noticed, because Jonathan got all of the Who You Gonna Call ones, so he was lucky enough to find the Who You Gonna Call ones. But I think he just got them locally in his store.
Him, yeah. After that post, I was.
But the rumor is they literally.
I thought his Egon didn't have it.
Oh yeah, he's missing Egon. You're right. You are right.
Egon's doesn't have that. I looked at his pictures.
He's missing. He's missing the Egon.
I would shit myself.
Because if you go on eBay, there's people who are selling the full sets with Who You Gonna Call and all the characters. So that was the first release, and the rumor is they just forgot to pay the license to the songwriter.
Yeah,
and so they just
the guy who ripped off Huey Lewis.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's just, I don't know. So that's it. I mean, sorry to everyone about my passion for that and why I wrote that post. It's just, I don't buy anything anymore. You gotta, this is the only toy that I bought in a year or 2 years or whatever. And just really, really disgusted with the whole process. I was disgusted with them constantly charging my credit card every single time. They'd re-up the order. I think Cliff, you said that you had that problem too, where they keep on authorizing every 4 days. You get another authorization.
Really? Oh yeah. See, and
and then it would drop off, but no shipping notice.
Right, it drops off, and then it comes back on. Yeah.
And then I got one Ray shoved into a box way too small, and I canceled the whole thing and just bought the 4 off eBay, and they came mint off eBay.
Rock said he bought his off eBay too.
Oh man, yeah. I feel, and like I say, I was excited for you too, Lotus. You don't buy anything nowadays. So
yeah,
I was excited for you to get a little toy joy.
Yeah, no, it was fun. It was fun. Even because I had Slimer and Stay Puffed, and those were also shipped in individual. I mean, Walmart spent a lot of money on shipping stuff to my house. I'll be honest with you, because they were all individually shipped in their own boxes. So,
that's crazy.
That's at least, I don't know what kind of corporate discounts they have, but it was all through the normal mail. It wasn't like UPS or anything, but still, I'm sure they're paying, $7, or $5. I don't know.
I would say they pay about a third of what we pay, but
yeah.
I've been awful. I haven't been monitoring the chat here. Kaz chimed in. Kaz 23. This had me excited because I didn't even think about this because it worked perfect. He says he's got all the 6-inch Joes on pre-order but hasn't received any of them. But he was also saying teal repaint might be coming again, and I'm not saying he knows something that other people don't.
Yep. He said it here. That's it.
It would be a super easy thing for them to do, right? It's just different shape.
I'll repaint one for you.
Because I would definitely. I'm all about a fucking gung ho teal repaint. But Cliff, what have you gotten in the last week or so here?
I got a shit ton of miscellaneous RoboCop action figures, but the past at about 5:30 p.m. Slick, check it out. This guy just showed up.
Oh shit! I love it. Here, let's get off the show notes here. Let's do. Oh, that doesn't work. I think yeah. Here we go. Solo layout. Gorgeous.
Destro.
Is that the only one you ordered?
No, this is the last one I needed. I got all the others.
Oh, that's right. And when we even did the show the other fucking week, I meant to give you props that you're the first person I know that had received all the other ones. So yeah, you already have all the other ones. Now you got the Deathstroke. Oh.
So now's the perfect time for Jason to drop. just leave the video. I'm stuck on
just stuck with me.
Click back on this window and stuff.
And then I'll drop off.
Cool,
and then
guys. I got RoboCop, guys.
Well, you talked about RoboCop on the last episode, right? Because I was doing some yard work and I'm listening to all the RoboCop stuff, and you guys were talking about Mask and all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah, I accidentally watched the RoboCop trilogy and then went down an eBay hole. So I've gotten a lot of RoboCop shit in the past like 3 weeks, like just insane amounts.
Well, I'm gonna save what I got once again for another show because we're past our hard stop, but we got listener feedback and questions I do want to get to. We'll skip the grab bag too because that can wait till next time. But Denver, not the location, but the person. Greetings from Herrin, Illinois. He says, I was glad to discover you guys on YouTube. I'm someone who collects for a year or two, then takes a year or two off. I pick and choose which Star Wars 6-inch, but this year I've been all in on the new G.I. Joe 6-inch line, even the exclusive 50 with shipping, Snake Eyes. I can't say I love the look of all the Joes, but good enough to collect them all, I guess. Haha. I'm with you. I think I'm going to have them all, even though I'm not a huge fan of all of them. Also, I noticed recently on BBTS, the MP Optimus Prime is like $450. I remember getting mine for $150, and I thought that was expensive at the time. Do you know why the prices went up so much? And is this only a shock to me? Anyways, thanks for the YouTube show. So you're very welcome. Thank you, Lotus, for turning me on to this new format. I am fucking loving it. I love that we've got Cliff on. I love that we've had Swage and a lot of older hosts. So thank you, Lotus. You are all to blame for the YouTube-ness.
And just want to thank you for the private messenger group that you don't respond to. You're not supposed to respond to, but everyone does respond to it. So that's working out very well as well.
I love it. Every time he posts, I'm like, I can't wait to see who responds. And sure enough, somebody does.
Yeah, every time.
And it's just to respect people. There's people like, and not single them out, and not that he's saying this, but there's people like Vern on there that, they're not big in the toy collecting community, but I want to give them the opportunity to come on, but I don't want them to have to be spammed. So please, people that are in the hosts group, don't respond. But anyways, so he's talking about MP Optimus Prime. So I think what you missed there, Denver, is the new MP Optimus Prime is MP44 Lotus.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So MP10 was originally a Japanese release that was about $250 at BotCon 2010 or something like that. They offered a United States release of it, which means a much larger production number. And I think that's where most of us got our MP10 or our MP Optimus Prime for about
Toys R Us, $99, and then that same week was a $20 off coupon. I got mine for $80 or whatever.
Oh, Jesus Christ! I think I still paid about $130 or something.
Oh, really? You didn't catch it at the $99 price? So Toys R Us originally released it at $99, and then they upped it to $109, and then it stayed at $109 for a good amount of time. This is the clear MP10 window box one.
Yeah, the window box one. Yeah, that's what mine is. But this is MP44. This is a more cartoon accurate, a much more detailed, and to the chagrin of most MP collectors, a much more complicated and superfluous engineering that goes into the transformation here. Comes with a few more accessories, not a ton more, but a few more accessories, and $450 again. That's kind of a aftermarket price for it. I think it was $420 MSRP in America. I got mine for $310 on
Amazon Japan. If you want to get, you gotta go Amazon Japan. Yep.
So I got it for about $310 on there. And yeah, is it worth it? Probably not. I mean, I'm a Prime collector, so I got in on the Amazon pre-order, so I did that, and it kind of explains, again, I was like, oh, I saved 25%. I feel good about myself, but you're right. It is still way too much to pay for a Masterpiece Optimus Prime when MP10, to me, is a better Masterpiece figure. The transformation's more fun. It looks more like what I think a Masterpiece Transformer should look like. And again, this kind of gets into the whole, like, are you tune accurate, or do you want to collect what you remember? And I like to collect what I remember.
So, and I'll throw my 2 cents in here. I believe MPO1 is the only Masterpiece figure.
Really? Oh, no.
I believe the difference for me was I was collecting the retail figures at the time, and when I received MPO1, not with the trailer, just the standalone, the original release,
the Walmart.
No, the Takara MPO1 in the black box. That's the one that I bought first. And I opened that thing up, and I was like, this is an example. This is a Masterpiece figure. Like, this is it. This is a large figure that is heavy, with heavy die cast.
Oh my God, so
beautiful paint, rubber tires, chrome, just a very, very nice, very easy transformation. That to me was like, I'm in for this Masterpiece line. And that's what started that was it. And then I got Magnus because they did the white repaint. That was MPO2. And then they did this weird thing with Starscream. They did that grayish green Starscream. I still bought it because it still looked cool, and it was neat, and then did the Thundercracker and the Skywarp, and and then they moved off of that scale. Megatron was, it wasn't a great figure, but still, it was part of that scale. And then they moved off of it, and they started doing the the MP10 style scale. And I just don't think Masterpiece was ever the same. Maybe MP10 was the only like new Masterpiece, but everything from there, I just don't consider them to be masterpieces, honestly. Even though I collected them all. I collected them all. I bought every one of them.
And I agree. I just got the Walmart 25th anniversary or 20th anniversary version of that MP Prime. But I'm right there with you. Like, I was fucking like, oh my fucking God. And I think I got it for like $20 on clearance. So,
the Target MPO one. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, those things were clearanced out. I remember just aisles of them.
Yeah. And I was just like, oh my God, could you imagine if they made all Transformers this way? And so, yeah.
Because remember, they had the Target MPO1 in that octagon shape, and then they also had the RID. At the same time, they had the RID MPO1 in the box RID style.
See, mine is for sure Walmart. I don't remember the MPO1 at Target, but
it was an octagon
thing. But see, I would say mine was in a hexagon.
Hexagon, sorry, hexagon. Okay, yeah, hexagon. No, you're right, hexagon.
Mine was definitely a Walmart. It was not a Target, but
I thought that was a Target exclusive.
But
Mine
again,
had a Target only sticker on it.
So, and this is way before my podcasting. Like, this was something I just saw as Joe Blow walking through Walmart, and I'm like, 20 or 25 bucks for this 12, what looked to be 12-inch Optimus Prime and all this stuff. I was like, done, and threw it in my box before I even collected toys. So I don't have a lot of memories about it. So but yeah, so there's kind of your explanation of why MP44 is more expensive than what you probably own, and why you probably don't need it if you're satisfied with what you have.
And MP10 was what? That was that 2004? What year was that?
MP10. Oh Jesus! It wasn't. No way. Was it 2000? Are you? You said MP10, right?
Yeah, MP10, the Toys R Us. When we walked in the Toys R Us and bought MP10, that was like 2004.
I want to say like 12.
Oh, was it? Okay.
I would have bought the NPO1 in about 06 or 07.
Okay, so that's 2012.
Got that, but
okay. So I mean, you got about 8 years of inflation, but yeah, still, I agree. I don't think these masterpiece prices right now deserve. I understand the extra articulation and the engineering, but I don't know why that they've literally doubled the pricing for these figures.
It's all garbage and ridiculous, and I can't even remember what the last MP scaled figure I bought was, because I'm fucking done with it. It's ridiculous.
Well, no, you're not. You bought RC, right?
Oh, that is the last MP figure I bought was RC. Good point. I'm glad somebody doesn't drink on this podcast.
Yeah, no,
it's just you, man.
Yeah, you're the only one. We're both water.
We're the drinks nowadays. Oh, God damn it. There went my booze right there. All right. So Joe Rhino sent me a great PM, and we had a good back and forth conversation that I put in here, but we're going to save that to the next time. We're going to save Star Wars grab bag for the next time, because we're 15 minutes over our hard stop. So thank you guys for being with us. Thank you, Cliff, for joining us once again. Again, you're always welcome. Like I say, don't ask, just show up.
I still feel I have to ask. Like, I still feel bad every time.
I'm the same way.
But okay, I got you.
My best friend and my parents' godparents say, don't knock on our fucking door, just come in. And I'm like, I am never going to not knock on your door. I am never going to walk into somebody else's house without ringing a doorbell or knocking.
So what's the first thing that, Cliff, when Jason said that, what's the first thing that came in your head when he said that, knock, knock?
Who's there?
So as soon as you said that, it was knock, knock on heaven's door.
Well, that's knock, knocking.
On.
Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Yeah.
Not knocking. So he actually is knocking. It's a double negative.
Yeah. Well, because I sent him a message. I'm like, a lot of Joe news. Can I come on? And he was like, stop asking, just show up. And I'm like, it's your podcast. I'm not gonna, I have to ask.
No, and I appreciate it, but please don't. Please just show up. We love you. We love you, Lotus. It's been a long time. It's been 2.5 weeks now. I missed you.
Yeah.
And we'll see you bitches sooner rather than later.
Or later rather than sooner. Peace.
Peace out.
Deuce. Oh, here comes the awkward.
This is the awkward part.
Click the button and it says, "Are you sure you want to?"
Which button is it?
Yeah. Exactly. This is the